Why lie?
And by the way, I have to tell you something. I was with the Giants and the head coach and some people, and I said, do anything you have to, but don't lose Saquon. They lost Saquon. That was not good. I called that one. That was an easy one to call because he played damn well for the Giants, I can tell you that.
As the Philadelphia Eagles were honored at the White House, Donald Trump just couldn't help himself. Immanuel Kant once said, by a lie, a man annihilates his dignity as a man, a quote Trump has never heard before. So while Trump and Saquon Barkley play footsie behind the Resolute desk, the facts still matter in this case. And to show how they matter, we turn to the New York Football Giants, specifically Pat Hanlon, the Senior Vice President of Communications with the ball club. With all due respect, stop yapping, tweeted Hanlon. Be the leader we all want you to be, and my 401k wants you to be. I'm trying to retire, at Real Donald Trump. To be clear, when contacted by Front Office Sports for comment, Hanlon said, and I quote, there were no conversations between Republican President Trump and the New York Football Giants regarding Saquon Barkley. I reiterate, why lie? Because in sports, it's just too easy.
After the President's Truth Social post, the Browns finally took Shedeur Sanders. Does the President think he deserves credit for Sanders getting picked? And does he think going to the Browns is better than being undrafted?
Hey, all I will say is the president put out a statement, and a few rounds later he was drafted. So I think the facts speak for themselves on that one, Peter.
No, they don't. How do the facts speak for themselves? What stupid timeline are we living in? Trump's Truth Social post, which read, what is wrong with NFL owners? Are they stupid? Deion Sanders was a great college football player and was even greater in the NFL. He's also a very good coach, streetwise and smart. Therefore, Shedeur, his quarterback's son, has phenomenal genes and is all set for greatness, capital G. He should be picked immediately, all caps, by a team that wants to win, all caps. Good luck, Shedeur, and say hello to your wonderful father. That came at 3:52 p.m. on April 25th. That's still day 2, guys. Shedeur Sanders was selected a day later in the 5th round, number 144 overall. Okay, how could this post possibly have affected when he was drafted? It's not necessarily that Donald Trump lies. It's how brazenly, freely he lies. And his cult just picks it up and runs with it. Take baseball, for example. Trump wrote on his Twitter in 2013 that he was said to be the best b-ball player in New York State. Ask Ted Dobias. Said best he ever coached. Showing himself here. But when one references b-ball, it's not baseball. No. When sports fans say b-ball, it's basketball, nonetheless. In 3 games during his sophomore season, Trump went 0 for 10, batting, well, zeros. As a junior, he batted 2 for 9 for a .222 average, wrote the Substack Football Archaeology. They scoured the newspaper archives during Trump's senior year and found he only had about 21 to 22 at-bats. How many hits did he have? 1. One single hit. 7 games, 1 hit in 21 ABs. Keith Law, a member of the Baseball Writers for America, former executive with the Toronto Blue Jays, and a guy who has been doing scouting probably longer since I've been alive, put it rather bluntly. You don't hit 138 for some podunk cold weather high school playing the worst competition you could possibly imagine. You wouldn't even get recruited for Division I baseball programs, let alone by pro teams. That's totally unthinkable. It's absolutely laughable. He hit 138. He couldn't hit. That's pretty clear. Let me just ask you a question, okay? If you heard from someone who said, yeah, you know, the old Uncle Rico, coach put me in, would have won state. And then you look at his completion percentage, you look at his touchdown to interception ratio, and you see that he wasn't even recruited by D2 schools. Would you believe him? No, of course you wouldn't. Let me ask you this. When you hear someone say that they have a better handicap than Tiger Woods, that they beat Phil Mickelson in a round of 18, would you believe? Would you believe when they're pushing 80, objectively speaking, obese, and quite literally, from caddies, fellow players, announcers like Mike freaking Tirico, sports journalists like Rick Riley, who wrote an entire book on Trump's cheating called Commander-in-Chief, How Golf Reflects Donald Trump. Do you think that you would believe them? The answer, of course, is no. So why does he do this? Why does he lie repeatedly over and over again? Because he literally can't help himself. He cannot help himself. He has done it his entire life. Why would he stop now? And what I have seen is that if someone is going to lie about something so small and mundane, then they will lie about things that actually matter. For example, he will lie about his token, his crypto coin. And then he'll rug pull, according to the reporting, and make billions and get off like bandits. Him and his family, his wife, Melania as well. So when he says, yeah, I'm going to bring down egg prices, we actually had one moment of clarity, way more than the Saquon Barkley Giants thing, where once he got into office, you know, that stuff takes time, does it? The Ukraine-Russia war is going to be over on the first day I step into office. Well, what happened? I really need people, and I know y'all on this channel do not lose the plot, but if you're just watching this for the first time, first off, hi, welcome. Secondly, this is what we do. We fact check people, especially in positions of power, who decide to lie through their teeth over and over and over again. This is quite literally all he has done. And here's another thing. We have the statistical evidence of how awful of a baseball player he was. He says he was a great student. I'm the best student. I know the best words. Straight A student, right? He still won't release his grades. Why? Why? We know why. It's because he's not a straight A student. It's because he wasn't a good student. Rick Riley had a quote when he was giving an interview and doing the rounds to promote his book, Commander-in-Chief, where he said that Trump lies like Trump lies as much as the air we breathe. To think about how this man is in charge of the nuclear codes, because people were deceived and lied to into thinking that eggs would go from $8.99 to $7.99 is stunningly obtuse, and also shows why they want to get rid of the Department of Education, because they liked a dumbed down electorate. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/tytsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.